Hello, Freedom Guy 55 here again. I wanted to talk about the God of the Gaps and how it's really a science rejector. That this is pretty much where science will kind of be thrown out in favor of this kind of form of apologetics. It just has to be. It's kind of inevitable. It's an inevitable science rejector. And I think many people use God of the Gaps quite a lot and quite often, you know. I think even people who agree with evolution do this at times as well, is using a form of a God of the Gaps, your sense of your missing piece of your knowledge, and then you supply a supernatural event to it. And then this supernatural event that you supply to the gap of your knowledge gives you a false sense of evidence and conviction in believing in your God, your religion to be right, in the afterlife. Once it does that, you have this huge conviction. But then science comes along because it's designed to fill in these gaps of our knowledge. Once science fills in these gaps of our knowledge, then that pretty much shatters that form of apologetics that made this kind of conviction for your God, your religion, and your afterlife, and the afterlife. Once it does that, it gives you this kind of sense of uncertainty. This, and make you actually really feel that any of the things that you wound up actually coming up with were ever right. And it will make you question whether or not there is a God, whether or not there is an afterlife, and whether or not your religion were true. So, and your religion just really can't tell you to do that. You actually do have the absolute proof and, the evidence for it. So you're going to have to reject the science in order to favor this conviction of believing in God. Because you've accepted the God of the Gaps to be an accurate form of detection for the supernatural. And I know what you're thinking. That, oh, well, I can actually reject that apologetics and, or reject that God of the Gaps and accept, this form of a gap in my knowledge. So that would be cool. But the problem is that what happens when science covers that up? Then you're going to go to another form of a God of the Gaps? Then science is going to cover that up, and then cover that up, and then cover that up. When you keep on jumping. Once science keeps on doing that, then it's going to really still give you that same question of whether or not you're really making this stuff up as you're going along. And you're not really detecting anything. So it's just inevitable that you're going to have to reject the science in order to favor this God of the Gaps. It is an ultimate science rejector. It has to be. It's just inevitable. And that's my thoughts on the subject. And I thank you for your time, and have a nice day.